Hello, Purple Hearts, and welcome to the Recap episode number 50. What's up, outspoken one? How are you, my dear? I hope you are doing well. I am going to start this off. Hello, Felicia Fee. All right, I'm going to start this off by telling y'all that I'm giving you all an extra week to get your answers together for the questions I'm going to be asking. Okay? So we're not going to do it this Sunday. We're going to do it next Sunday, which is the week of Christmas. I think I should have said it for that week anyway, but here we are at episode 50. And I want to congratulate you all for making it this far with me. I want to thank you for your participation, for showing up for me. I'll tell you, I didn't think we was going to get to episode 50. I didn't know it was going to be this much participation, but I really, really, really appreciate those who do show up. It lets me know that I'm not doing this whole thing in vain. So remember we said that we are going to start from episode 25 on to episode 50. So y'all got another week to study or not, whichever way y'all want to do it. But yeah, we're going to set this for next Sunday, which will be episode 51. So y'all have a little bit more time to get yourself together. Now, excuse me, I do want to talk about something else. And I didn't want to make this real long because the questions that we have, they are kind of short. We can talk about that. But first, I want to talk about what I did for the week. That's how we start off anyway. And I really didn't do anything up until Thursday. Thursday, I went to Macy's. And I went with a friend of mine, okay? So on that day, I'm going to tell you what happened. It's a whole article. It's a true article, okay? A woman was stabbed in the Macy's bathroom on the 7th floor, okay? Hello, Sonia J. I hope you're doing well on this snowy day. A woman was stabbed in a Macy's bathroom while changing her child's diaper. So now, I'm going to go over to the article. I forgot how to put it here. Yes, happy 50th episode. I forgot how to put it here. So while I'm reading, I'm not going to be able to see the screen. I'm going to have to really get up on this. So it says, woman accused of stabbing tourist in New York City Macy's bathroom had been released from the psych hospital hours before the attack. Okay. The 43-year-old woman who is facing charges, including attempted murder and assault, in connection with the incident, made her first court appearance on Friday, which is the day before yesterday, December the 12th, when it was determined that she would be held without bail. Okay? Prosecutors with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office said during her arraignment, per the outlets, that she had been released after a year-long stay at a Manhattan psychiatric ward on the morning of December the 11th, hours before the alleged attack happened, and wandered into the Macy's flagship store. Now listen to this shit. She purchased a knife at Macy's and looked for someone to kill because the voices in her head told her that she had to kill someone or else they would be killed. Manhattan Assistant District Attorney Paul Barker told the court, per the New York Post. Okay, prosecutors said she then entered the Macy's bathroom on the 7th floor and stabbed the victim, a 39-year-old woman from California, as she was changing her baby. The baby fell from the changing table onto the floor, though the baby was not injured in the incident. Okay? Law enforcement officers with the New York Police Department responded to Macy's Herald Square on December the 11th around 3:15 p.m. local time after a report of an assault. Okay? Police said the woman, who was later identified to the NYPD as an employee for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, sustained multiple stab wounds to her back and a laceration to her left arm. She was transported to the hospital and was discharged on Friday, which was the day before yesterday. The injured woman's husband told the NYPD that she is better following the incident. Adherin, that's the woman's last name, was charged with attempted murder, 2 counts of assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child. Okay, now, it says under need to know, these are the bullet points. Prosecutors have released additional details into the Massachusetts woman who was arrested after allegedly stabbing a tourist at Macy's flagship store in New York City on December the 11th. They said she was hospitalized for psychiatric problems and was released after a year-long stay at a Manhattan psychiatric ward on December the 11th. She was previously arrested in 2018 for posting on Facebook that she wanted to kill Senator Elizabeth Warren, prosecutors said. Okay, now I'm coming back to the chat. I was in the store that day. I was in the store that day, me and my friend. However, I was not in the store at the time of that incident. We had just left and went to the TikTok diner to have brunch or lunch. My friend said it wasn't lunch nor brunch because I didn't eat anything. All I had was a bagel with cream cheese, and she had burger and fries. And then we left there and went to another store. So now I didn't learn about this until the next day. And I was like, wait a minute, because we went to the eighth floor first. No, we was on the first floor first. And then we went to the eighth floor. And then we went to the second floor where the UGG people is at. Okay. So Macy's is a big store. Y'all know Macy's, or I mean, if you've ever been to 34th Street to Macy's, y'all know that's a big store. It's the flagship. Okay. So I was just like, how the hell? We was on the eighth floor, but then I looked at the time that it happened. I don't know why they let her out. And then she went and purchased a knife in Macy's. Okay? In Macy's, she purchased the knife. Okay? But she would. How you gonna purchase a knife in Macy's and then use it in Macy's? Now, these the husband and the wife work for the the police department. Okay, so I mean, anybody that she would have chose would have been the wrong person to do this to. And then you stabbing this woman and she's trying to change her baby and dropped her baby on the floor. Ciao. And I'm going to tell y'all, you know what? I'm going to get the article and I'm going to copy and paste it in here. I'm going to tell y'all like this. It wasn't one of us. That's what I'm going to say. If you want to read the article, there it is. Exactly my point. That's it right there. Exactly my point. And then I heard on the news that she said she don't want to go back to the psychiatric hospital because they wasn't helping her. What? She said she don't want to go back to the psychiatric hospital because they didn't help her there. I'm like, say what you say now? Child, I can only imagine the mayhem on the 7th floor had we been there still. You know what I mean? But we weren't. And I'm just glad, that we weren't. I'm really glad that we weren't there. You know what I'm saying? So that happened on Thursday. I think Friday was the 12th. Ciao. I was like, what is going on? Can you tell me what was going on? I said, if she walked into Macy's, and I mean that day it was tourist city because Macy's had already done their windows and everybody was outside, all the tourists, they was taking pictures. They got one window outside of Macy's. You know, they got a whole lot of windows, but this one particular panel, you can play a game. And this one of the tourists had won. So she was really jumping up and down and very excited. And I can tell from the accent that she was not from here. Just like the victim of the stabbing and her husband were not from here. They came here to do what everybody else does: shop. Can you imagine shopping and going to change your child in the bathroom like any other normal person would? And a crazy person walks in and starts, oh my God. I'm just glad that, you know, she's okay. The baby is all right. You know what I'm saying? They held her on the news. They said that even though she was stabbed, she got control of this woman, and her husband came into the bathroom and was helping to hold her down until security got there and then the police. And she got the nerve to talk about she doesn't want to go back to the psychiatric hospital because they didn't help her there. Child, I said, what in the whole hell is going on here? What is going on? So I wanted to tell y'all that because that's what happened during the week. That's what happened. And I was in there innocently buying me some Ugg slippers, innocently. And I tried to get out of that store without buying anything. I saw so many things I liked, so many things I wanted, and I almost made it out. Almost. Okay? What you said? We don't care what she wants. She going to jail. Yes, she is. Yes, she most definitely is. And I was like, what is going on? And she had just got out hours before. I said, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I'm just glad that the woman and the baby and the husband is all right. They need to take her to whatever island and just lock her up and throw away the key because she ain't never gonna be all right. She ain't never gonna be all right. If she just got released hours before and went into a store and purchased a nut. Hold on, please hold. You would think with the snow on the ground, they wouldn't be riding up and down the street. What you said? I have my Macy's card filled. Just have it ordered. Exactly. Put her under the jail. Yes. That's right. It never fails, even with snow on the ground. Please hold. Exactly. Whatever psychiatric hospital in Manhattan that she was at and they released her from, they need to be sued. But she was in there for a whole year. I'd like to know what made them think that she was all right enough to be released. That's what I want to know. This is what I want to know. I want to know what made them think that she was all right enough to be released. If she had already been in there for a year. I said, ain't nothing wrong with her. If you know how to go in the store now, where the knives are, the kitchenware, I think the kitchenware is on the fourth floor. If you know how to get to the kitchenware on the fourth floor and you got money to purchase a knife because they said she brought a knife. If you got money to purchase a knife, then you know what you're doing. And like I said, it wasn't one of us. It was one of them, if you know what I'm saying. If you understand, you understand. Okay, if you want to see her face, then the article I put in there, you might be, if you type in what I typed in, you'll be able to see her face if you want to really see it. But I'm telling you, it wasn't one of us. Okay. So I wanted to, at least since we're not doing the giveaway this Sunday and we're doing it next Sunday, I at least wanted to tell you all about that. Okay. Yes, money to pay for a knife. This is what I'm saying. She had money to pay for the knife. She knew what she was doing. Voices or nah? Voices or nah? I guess the voices said, make sure you have money. Now go to the fourth floor, buy the knife. Now we gonna wander around the store and see who we could see who we could stab. Go to the seventh floor, go in the bathroom. Her, get her. Come on now. Come on. You know what you're doing. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, that's my question too. Where did she get the money from to purchase the knife? So they give you money when you are released from the psychiatric hospital? I guess it depends on you being picked up a year ago, all your belongings that you had. Maybe she had money and they just held it for the whole year that she was in there. And them knives in Macy's is not cheap, okay? So, yeah, I wanted to touch base on that and let y'all know what happened. So, my thing is while you're out there and you're Christmas shopping, make sure that you crossbody your purse. Make sure that your purse zipper is not going the other way, but towards you. Okay. Make sure that you are checking out your surroundings. Okay. Because the pickpockets is out too. All right. So you have to watch the pickpockets. You have to watch your surroundings for something like this happening. And then there are a lot of there were two mass shootings that happened, but I'm not going to go into that. I just wanted to go into this Macy's thing because I know Macy's have a few stores. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all just be careful out there. Just be careful. I don't care what store you go in. You could go in the 99-cent store. You could go into Dollar Tree. You could go in the Target. I just want y'all to be careful while you are out there Christmas shopping. What you said, I just told my son this, look for emergency exits wherever you go. Yes. Because I mean, if you running towards the exit, you could possibly get trampled because everybody's trying to run towards the same exit. You know, just be careful while y'all out there shopping. We're about to walk in the Costco, sitting out in the car listening to you. Okay. I'm gonna get off of that. Welcome to the recap, episode 50. Um, this is the recap. And we are recapping last week's questions of the day, okay, which was December 8th, December 10th, and December 12th, 2025. So, I'm going to start with Monday, which was December the 8th. And the thought for that day was less is more. Less is more. Yay! Episode 50! The thought for that day was less is more, and in some cases that is true. Okay? Less is more. The question for that day was, what appetizer do you have when you dine out? What appetizer do you have when you dine out? Now, usually I don't have an appetizer, but if I'm in Red Lobster, I like their lobster dip. If I'm in Red Lobster, that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have their lobster dip because it comes with chips, it comes with pico de gallo, and I like that, okay? I like the white chips and the purple chips, and it's just awesome. So that's what I have. I have the lobster dip. Anyone else have appetizers when they go out? Or do you have to have an appetizer? Most of the time, I don't. But if I'm in Red Lobster, I like to have their lobster dip. We're going to move on to Wednesday, which was December 10th, 2025. And the thought for that day was, art is not a thing. It's a way. And I agree with that. Art is more than one way. It depends on how you see it. What you say, sometimes I get mozzarella sticks, shrimp, spinach dip, and chips. Okay. Hello, Naomi. I hope you're doing well. Don't necessarily have an appetizer. Okay. Yeah, that lobster dip is good. Okay. For me, art is not a thing. For me, art is how you see it. Because two people can be looking at one painting and see two different things and have two different opinions on this one piece of art. So I do believe it's a way, the way you see it. Naomi, we are not doing the giveaway today. We are doing it next Sunday, which is the week of Christmas. So you got a little bit more time to get your study on. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, that's how I look at it because art can be seen in so many different ways. I mean, you can put some art on the table and have five people around it, and they have five different opinions about this one piece of art. So it's not a thing, it's a way. Okay, the question is very interesting for that day, although I can almost tell what y'all answers are going to be. So, the question for that day was, how much would it cost to buy your love? Or is that even possible? How much would it cost to buy your love, or is that even possible? For me, it's impossible. You can't buy my love. It's not on a shelf in a supermarket. Okay? It's not in a store on display. That's what I mean. Not possible. Not possible. It's not possible. I mean, how this leads to this question. How do you buy love? How do you do it? Since it's not possible, how do you buy love? Because I don't see no way to do it. I mean, you might buy the person that you're in love with a gift or two or three or nine. But how do you do that? How do you buy love from anyone? How do you buy it? I mean, it's not something that you can purchase online. Love is an emotion, right? Let's see. I don't know, but some people. No, you did. Some people offer sale. How do you do it? I mean, I don't exactly. Exactly. You buy things for people who don't care for you just to get their attention. The minute you stop, they're gone. Okay, I agree with that. But how do you buy an emotion? It's not like a vowel. You know what I'm saying? With the Wheel of Fortune, I'd like to buy an A. Or I'd like to buy a E. I mean, how are you going to buy an emotion? You can't do that. I know they're not playing with me right now. Please hold. Okay, you can't buy an emotion. That's the way I look at it. How are you going to buy an emotion? You can't do it. It's impossible to me. Yeah, they playing around today and there's snow on the ground outside. You would think they would be quiet, but so since we have established that it's not possible to buy an emotion, then we can move on, right? Now, here is Friday, 12/12/25. The thought for that day was, for success, attitude is equally important as ability. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability, because you can have all the ability in the world. This is just me talking. You can have all the ability in the world, but if your attitude is funky, then you have an ability ain't gonna mean nothing, because ain't nobody gonna want to deal with that. Just because you have the ability, some people feel like if they have the ability, they can be stank, and that's it. You either deal with it or you don't, but it doesn't make you likable to anyone. For me, if I'm reaching for success and I have to work with someone who is successful, their attitude is important to me as much as their ability, because if you're teaching me something, that's your ability. Your ability, you're teaching me how to do what you've done, right? And or how to do what you've done. But if your attitude stinks, then I'm gonna be like, okay, I get what you're teaching me, but why you gotta, why your attitude gotta be like that? And then that takes away from what you are trying to show me. So it is. It is equally important. Your attitude is equally important as your ability. Now, the question for that day is, what question would you like to ask the universe? Do you have a question for the universe? My question is, why are all these bad people in the world? I know they ain't coming again. Please hold. Okay, so you have no questions for the universe at this time. That was my question. Why are there all these bad people in the world? It's my only question. And they outside cutting up today. They know I'm live. Oh, Jesus. They just cutting up. They just said she's live and that's it. Okay. Why do Black people have to go through so much mess? Shaking my head. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good question. I like that question. But there you have it, guys. I gave you a little information. about what happened in Macy's, and we did the recap, episode 50, which was for Monday, 12/8, Wednesday, 12/10, and Friday, 12/12. Now, remember what I said. When you out there shopping, beware of the pickpockets. Make sure your purse is close to you. Do not put your purse in the shopping cart and walk away to go look at an item. I have seen that so many times, and it irritates my soul. Okay? Don't do it. Keep your purse on you no matter where you are shopping at, and beware of your surroundings, of these humans that are cutting up. Please. I want you all to be safe while you out there shopping. Your backpack is on your right arm. This is what I'm talking about. And if your right arm gets tired, hook your backpack to you in the front of you, because I do that too. Okay? I do that as well. I don't carry a backpack often, but when I do, I keep it in front of me, especially on the train. Ciao. Listen, I want y'all to take great care. Be blessed, never stressed, and stay safe always, as well as getting yourself together and getting ready for next Sunday, because I'm trying to give away $50. I'm trying. So I want to thank you all for joining me. What you said? What you said? You ready to fight? Oh my God. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. And y'all take care, like I said, and pay attention to your surroundings. I don't want anything to happen to you guys, okay? So, like I said, be blessed, never stress, stay safe always, and I'll catch y'all next Sunday. Take care.